Alright, what is up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris and today I'm back with another video. I would have had this video done and I would have had this uploaded already, but for some odd reason the audio just didn't record. And I don't know why. I hit record, I hit everything else, I had audio levels, and it just didn't record it. So I'm not too sure why that happened. Kind of unfortunate. So here we are. Flyers went 4-3 over the Florida Panthers in a good game, to the extent of the Flyers didn't necessarily play great. Carter Hart was fantastic. I don't know why he wasn't first star of this game. He was great. 51 shots, 48 saves for Carter Hart. Lines for this one were a little bit different, like I talked about in the pregame video, and also the waiver pickup for Bellows video that I did earlier today. Farabee with Hayes and Konechny, Noah Cates with Lawton and Tippett, Sedlak with Frost and Allison, Delorier and McEwen. Flyers went with 11 and 7. Sedlak was the center who would drop down on the fourth line. Provorov and D'Angelo, Sanheim and Russo, Sealer and Braun and Zamula, and Carter Hart was in net for this one. As for the first period, it was all Florida. Outside of the scoreboard, where it was 2-2, the Panthers had more shots, they had more zone time, they had more chances, they had more pucks to the net, they just dominated. But the Flyers, where it mattered most, were tied 2-2. Early, Florida hit a post, they had a chance, and then they scored 1-0. Forsling would score. He was very good for Florida tonight. He had many chances to score on Hart, and he kept trying to go glove sided for the goal, and Hart just said no every time. So Forsling scores. It was just a shot from the point, squeaked through Hart's arm. He was kind of left open, and also was left. He was left open. There was a screen in front. Bennett had a chance in tight after that. Flyers didn't have a shot through the first 5 minutes. Konechny had a good look for Farabee, which set up their first chance. Then he had a play where the puck came up in the air, caught it, dropped it, shot it. Good shift from that line, good shift from Farabee, and just good pressure at the net. That's what you want. D'Angelo would score a couple minutes later after Tippett had a shot that went high. The Flyers go to commercial and they score right after. 1-1. D'Angelo scores on a broken play. Konechny, just a gorgeous play, a gorgeous pass, and Konechny's been so good at that all year. I mean, he's had a lot of chances, really, and he's been very good at setting up guys too. So 1-1. Minute 17 later, Josh Maher, who was a waiver pickup for Florida, he scores. It goes under Hart's pad. Probably should have had that one. Florida was kind of all over it after the goal. 4-4 for a little bit. Not much really going on in that outside of a Hart save on Barkov. Zamula had a turnover. There was a chance in tight. Hart made a nice save off of that. Then Sealer had a turnover. And then Zamula had a turnover on the breakout. So not a good period for that pair. Not really a great period there from Zamula. First line I thought was really the only line that was effective in that period. The Flyers would get a power play late though and score. Scott Lawton would score 2-2. Again, really nice pass by Konechny. Lawton right there for the finish. That was his first power play goal of his career. So nice for Lawton to kind of get that. He's obviously taken that role because of JVR being out with the broken finger. Again, just nice play, getting pucks to the net. And what I loved was the patience from Hayes to kind of slow it down. I mean, he's had a lot of plays like that where he's slowed the play down, he slowed the game down, and the Flyers were able to take advantage. So outside of that, pretty good first period, because you're tied. I mean, in the sense of scoreboard, yeah, you're tied, but you didn't play good at all. So a good period in the sense of, okay, we're tied, let's put that away, and now let's play better. Flyers couldn't really do that as much, but there was a game last year in November against the Carolina Hurricanes where Carter Hart was fantastic. The Flyers won 2-1 on the road, and this was a game where there was a span of minutes in the third period. The Flyers were down 1-0, and they got a couple quick goals. One from Joel Farabee, another one from Zach McEwen. Carter Hart and the Flyers would hold on. Hart was fantastic in that one. They hold on for the 2-1 win in Carolina. There was a span of minutes in this period that came after a Florida power play where they had a lot of chances. After a couple chances for the Flyers, nothing really too crazy, where the Flyers got 2 goals. One from McEwen and one from Farabee, where it just kind of opened up the game, and that would end up being the make or break for them, and they were able to take advantage of it. So the first goal comes from McEwen. It was just a shot from the point. Sealer fires it. McEwen with the direction. Great play. Just a good hockey sense play. McEwen stick on puck and ends up going in. A couple minutes later, 4-2. Farabee scores. Hayes almost scored on the breakaway, which was such a sweet pass by Tippett. Farabee just tucks it right in front. Beautiful play. Good play by recognition, or good play by Hayes on the recognition. They just get it to Farabee, who was standing in front of the net. It would have been his third goal in 3 games if the goal against San Jose would stand, because it got taken back. But again, just a good play overall from a good amount of Flyers there, and they end up going up 4-2 here, so up by 2. End of the period, the Flyers kind of lost their mojo a little bit, but going into the third, they weren't really able to carry that. Versto had a penalty, which was kind of an unfortunate call on him in his season debut. They called it interference. It wasn't interference. It was unfortunate how they kind of called it. The puck was rolling. If the puck isn't rolling, that's not an interference penalty. It was a clean hit. So unfortunate, but the Flyers did a good job killing that one off, and then a power play for the Panthers late off a hook on Sedlak would carry over to the third to make it 4-3. Montour would score. Tough play. Just went over Hart's pad. They just couldn't get the rebound. He wasn't able to actually get his glove down on the rebound, and the puck just kind of squirted right over for Montour there. Delorier and Bennett would go to the box 4-on-4. Forsling was wide open again. He had so many chances tonight, and Hart was just great. I thought his rebound control was good. I mean, for the amount of chances Florida had, I thought he was at least doing pretty good in that area. As for the power plays, I thought the Flyers did a good job clearing. After the first one, they made a couple adjustments and they did better at that. Obviously, not as much of Frost and Allison in the second, which was pointed out a lot. I I understood it in the sense of like we need to get back into this game, and it paid off because again they had that span of minutes where they were able to score a couple goals and generate some plays, and again they kind of got away from their game after the 2 goals, and I think that's where you want to see the improvement, right? I mean, you get those couple goals, you get a 2-goal lead against a good team in Florida, you want to just be able to just kind of end the game there, even though there's a lot of time left. You want to be able to, I guess, add some more momentum to that, and it felt like they kind of fell flat. So that's something I'm kind of looking at as the season kind of goes on here is, once they're up, are they able to kind of continue to play that same way that got them to be up? And it's definitely been a little concerning because they haven't been able to do it much, but the good thing is that they've been able to come back, and off of losses, they haven't turned it into a 2-game losing streak, but off of wins and back-to-backs, they haven't been able to make that into 2 wins in a row. So there's kind of the catch to that as well, is that you have to, there definitely needs to be some improvements in general. But as for the third, Florida had a lot of chances in the third. The Flyers almost had a 2-on-1 from McEwen and Sedlak late, off of a chance where Verhaeghe had a chance in tight. So many good saves from Hart. I mean, he had at least 3 dandies in the second period. The one early on Barkov, the other one on Verhaeghe, and then he had a couple more on Verhaeghe. He was just so good in this game. Just so many good things, and the Flyers would end up closing this one out after Florida pulled their goalie with around 2 minutes left, and yeah, that was it. So they had a couple chances late, but Hart stood tall, Flyers stood tall. They were able to get a couple clears, and I thought they defended the middle well. But again, 4-3 win. Flyers are 5-2. I think they deserve some credit. I don't think they are the worst team in the league like everybody expects. I don't think they will be. I don't think they will. Let's say, lose games like they did last year. I don't see that with this team. I see a different group. Look, it's not going to be great. They're going to be overmatched a lot. They're going to be looked at as the, I guess, the underdog in a lot of games. It's kind of a everybody uses that word. I was trying to find a better one, but, I guess underdog is the one that's coming to mind at the moment. I mean, they're always going to be looked at it that way because of the way that the off season's gone and all that stuff. I mean, I don't have to explain it again. Everybody knows. So I think there's a lot to kind of build with that. I think they deserve some credit. I mean, they have some good wins. Their goaltender's playing fantastic. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to get Sandstrom his first win, but that'll come soon. And Heart's been great. I mean, there's been some good things, there's been some not so good things, and that can change. I mean, they can start to play better and they could start to not. And the problem with the last couple of years is they've had starts like this and they haven't been able to continue it throughout the year. So, I mean, look, in the next couple of weeks, by like Thanksgiving time, the Flyers last year at that point would have been really, really bad. So, you have to look at it that way too. So, hopefully, as the next couple of weeks kind of go on here, and one thing I will say that the 60s and 70s throwback Thursday night was great. I wasn't in attendance. Obviously, this video is very late because I was at work. I worked till 12 and came home, watched the game. Then, as I mentioned in the beginning, the audio crapped out, that whole thing. So, yeah. But again, the organ, amazing. I love the scoreboard detail, having the old, like, kind of retro scoreboard theme. Just so many cool things. The Flyers wore the black jerseys, which I don't like, but that is what it is. And one quick thing, I want to mention this for like the game of hockey. Can we please, like, if we're gonna call, like, there was a penalty on D'Angelo here in a scrum. If we're gonna at least call one penalty, shouldn't it just be an automatic offsetting 4-on-4? Like, I feel like some of these scrums are like pick and choose. Like, it shouldn't, to me, it shouldn't matter like who throws the first punch or whatever. It should just be automatic 4-on-4. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. I'm like, can we please stop with this? And it's not even like just when the Flyers get on the penalty kill. It's even when other teams. It's like, can we just make this 4-on-4? I mean, is it really, I guess, fair? Maybe it's a stupid opinion, stupid question, whatever. But let me know what you guys think below on this one. Flyers win 4-3. Really nice game in general from Carter Hart. And just, again, the Flyers definitely need to play better because you can't play like that all the time. But definitely good to see your goaltender get some wins like this, because they don't come often, and when you remember them, they're really memorable because Hart was great. So let me know your guys' thoughts below. Remember to check out the podcast. We're going to be doing that Sunday at 11, so that is different now. Calls are going to be live. You also can text 267-939-1216 if you have any thoughts. And yeah, fan club is coming out with some stuff soon. Stay tuned for that on Twitter, and I'll talk to you guys all again soon.